For many around the world, a home alarm system might be the gold standard of personal protection, but for the uber wealthy that just doesn't cut it. In this video, we'll be looking at how billionaires and the uber wealthy stay safe. And trust me when I say, these guys are taking safety and security to a whole new level. So let's start by talking about protecting your property. On the cheaper end of things, we're looking at a fog blaster, which can be installed as part of a home security system. This type of device releases a dense vapor into the air, which stops any invader in their tracks. Selling at less than $10,000, this fog vapor is pretty affordable. But at the more expensive end of the scale, there's millionaires and billionaires who are decking out their homes with NBC shelters. These are modern bomb-proof shelters that protect against nuclear, biological and chemical attacks. While the most basic available models cost around $50,000, prices can go well up into the millions. The pricier options don't actually afford a higher level of protection, but they do come with some sweet luxury features that make riding out a crisis a lot more comfortable. For example, some of these bunkers are built with high-end touches that include community theatres, hydroponic gardens, and even spas and gyms. But let's dig deeper, literally. The ultra-rich have been installing secret passageways in their homes. In case of an emergency, these passageways provide a safe escape route, or they can even lead to a secret room hidden away from intruders. These rooms often include bespoke designs which are made to blend in with the client's interior. Depending on the style, they can cost up to $200,000, but that's probably nothing to someone like Bill Gates, who apparently has 2 secret pivoting bookcases installed in his home library. And if you thought it stopped there, you're wrong. As it turns out, Gates's entire compound is only accessible through a private tunnel that connects to Highway 106. Once you enter, you can take the elevator to the ground floor, or for some exercise, you can try taking the 84 steps instead. And if you thought that spending $50,000 for your own private bomb shelter was crazy, then you haven't heard anything yet. With all that cash to throw around, billionaires can protect themselves in style with some very nice armoured luxury vehicles. Considered a national asset in India, multi-billionaire Mukesh Ambani is known for travelling in armoured convoys. But let's take a look at his BMW 760Li, which at $1,146,587 is India's most expensive car. For full range protection, this vehicle can withstand military-grade weapons, hand grenades, and even high-intensity TNT blasts. I mean, this guy could probably survive a nuclear war just sitting in his car. And of course, his need for secure travel isn't just limited to the ground. Ultra high net worth individuals enjoy a global lifestyle, and that means private jets like the Bombardier BD700 Global Express, as owned by Oprah and Bill Gates. According to some security experts, this jet is one of only a couple of dozen aircrafts in the world that are built with special jamming devices that block the infrared tracking system from missiles. The cost? A mere $1 million. And it's no secret that super yachts are another favourite way to travel for the mega rich. Examples of super yachts include Lionheart, owned by Sir Philip Green, and Symphony, owned by Bernard Arnault. The problem is, with their flashy exteriors, these super yachts stand as an open target for pirates, and therefore they need some serious security measures. One solution that's grown in popularity recently is the employment of ex-Marines as security guards. But what if you need to make a quick getaway? Well, these yachts are often equipped with helipads as well as secret hidden chambers and escape pods. These super yachts can also deter attacks too. Constructed with military-grade defence and surveillance systems, super yachts often have high-resolution cameras and alarms capable of tracking every footstep on board. Some yachts use a system that combines radar and infrared thermal imagery cameras to detect incoming threats as far as 5 kilometers away, even at night or during foggy weather conditions. And what's even crazier, some boats are even built with LRAD, which stands for Long Range Acoustic Devices. That works by emitting a deafeningly loud and unpleasant noise, which forces attackers to back away. Now, let's talk about how billionaires stay safe when they're out in public. For those that are often in the media and can no longer walk down the street without being recognised, that's when they might want to turn to bodyguards. It turns out billionaires are spending fortunes on their security detail. It's reported that Twitter founder Jack Dorsey spends around $68,000 on security. But get this, Beyonce pays her bodyguard a whopping $100,000 a year to keep her safe. But as it turns out, the highest paid celebrity bodyguards aren't in Hollywood or Silicon Valley. They're in Bollywood. According to a report in News 18, actor Shah Rukh Khan's bodyguard Ravi Singh is the highest paid celebrity bodyguard, raking in around $362,987 a year. Of course, some billionaires prefer to keep a low profile, and if that's your thing, you might want to consider a female bodyguard who's likely to attract less attention. That's what billionaire Chinese tycoon Zhao Jinghui has been spotted using recently, and while this was deemed to be unusual by some security experts, it seems like he isn't the only one. The Libyan leader Colonel Gaddafi was also known to employ all-female protective detail, known as Amazons. But it doesn't just stop at bodyguards. Since billionaires are dealing with such extraordinary wealth, many of them find it difficult to fully trust the people around them, and as a result, a lot of high net worth individuals hire private investigators to monitor those in their life. Investigative officers may monitor people including friends, romantic partners, and even their actual bodyguards. Yep, security monitoring their security. So what about security at the workplace? In 2019, it was reported that Amazon installed bulletproof glass panels in founder Jeff Bezos' Seattle office as part of a $1.6 million security upgrade. But maybe it's not just in his office that Bezos needs to worry about. If you remember, Bezos hit the headlines in 2018 when his phone was hacked, allegedly by the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman. This was following a few incidents where the Washington Post, a paper owned by Bezos, published articles that were critical of the Saudi Arabian government. In response to the hacking, Bezos called for a digital forensic analysis, which uncovered a suspicious file on his device. And although bin Salman denied that he was involved, UN experts said that they'd got, quote, medium to high confidence that the Crown Prince had sent a malicious video file through WhatsApp in order to gain access. And it seems like Amazon isn't the only company to shell out for protection of its CEOs. Apple spent $457,000 on private security services for CEO Tim Cook in 2019, and Google, not to be outdone, spent a cool $1.2 million to protect their CEO Sundar Pichai. And considering what happened at YouTube's headquarters in April 2018, it's no wonder that these companies wanted to protect their leaders. The infamous attack on YouTube happened when a woman named Nassim Agdam became fed up with YouTube after it apparently stopped paying her for her videos, and in the early hours of April the 3rd, she drove to YouTube's San Bruno headquarters, stopping at a gun range along the way. Then just before 1 PM, she opened fire in the building and employees scrambled to evacuate. Fortunately, no one was killed except for Nassim herself, who took her own life. But it's shootings like these that make protection all the more necessary. And with that in mind, it turns out that Mark Zuckerberg goes to unbelievable lengths to protect himself, including having an emergency panic button and an actual panic chute hidden in the floor of a conference room. Yep, I'm totally serious. He's also guarded around the clock by armed bodyguards, and as you might imagine, it's not cheap. In 2020, Facebook spent over $23.4 million on personal security just for Mark Zuckerberg. That's more than the 10 largest US companies combined, including Google and Apple. The reason for all this caution? Well, Zuckerberg is synonymous with Facebook, and as a result, any negative sentiment surrounding the company is directly associated with him personally. And that's just not the case for most other companies. So, what do you think about all of these security measures? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And hey, do me a favor, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you're not already, please consider subscribing for lots more videos. Thanks for watching, catch you on the next video.